On this 30th day of May in the year of our Lord 2025, what is going on? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Before I get started with this Judge Jungle show, I want to let everybody know that I am not your friend. You know, I have bills to pay. The Zulu Cast board has been on my ass saying, Jungle Brother, you need to get Judge Jungle straight. We need to start getting some revenue in here. We need some creative content. So I'm not your friend. Let me remind you all that these are just jokes. Okay, these are just jokes, everybody. Do not take this stuff serious. This just get us through the summer. Okay, this is a show that will just get us through the summer. Okay, everybody, plain and simple. You know, it'll just get us through the summer, plain and simple. I try to do a good job of reading chat. As you can see on the bottom line, you can see the order I'm going to go into. Of course, we're going to save the most salacious thing for last. That is Chief Rocker charges against the Miami-Dade police system. And if you haven't seen the promo, you might want to make sure the kids are asleep when they hear it. Okay, you might want to make sure the kids are asleep when they hear it. So since we're on a 2-hour time constraint, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. I'll greet y'all when I can, but I don't want to bog this show down with all intros. So on the end, I will try to highlight as much comments I can so the people watching on the replay can see the comments. If you haven't done already, go ahead and click the like button. If you are not following me, go ahead and hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, hit it again. It will give you a pop-up screen. Make sure you scroll up on that pop-up screen. Make sure you click on all notifications. Okay, that will activate a tremendous algorithm. That will activate a tremendous algorithm. No DGratest, just not the same shirt from yesterday. Insert laugh track. So without further ado, man, let's get this thing started. First up on the docket, as you can see on the bottom line right there, you can see who I'm going with first. You know what I'm saying? So if you go out and get you something, you're gonna see you ain't missed nothing. Let's go ahead and get the first one out the way. Give me a second, everybody. I gotta do this by myself. There's gonna be some lag and stuff. Okay, boom, here we go. That right there is the first one. I got to condensed it from what he had, you know. Let me kill his music, everybody. I know it's probably bothering y'all. Let me kill his music. It's messing with my thought. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Let me hit that button first, so the docket will stay on. Okay, here we go. This right here is aimed towards the court system. Okay, this is aimed at the court system. United Fans Court of Digital Ethics and privacy complaint and charges. Insert laugh track. Plaintiff DGratest from South Central. Defendants Zulucast and founder Jungle Brother. Case number 2025 PRV versus Zulucast. Charges are unauthorized use of private information. It is alleged that Jungle Brother and Zulucast extracted and used undisclosed information shared in a private Goodio session without consent, violating the sacred confidentiality of that space. What is said in the Goodio stays in the Goodio. Count 2, breach of safe space protocol. The late night Goodio environment is intended to be a judgment-free zone, a cultural safe haven where followers and participants can express themselves openly without fear of exposure or exploitation. I guess he said I'm exploiting Chief Rocker right now. By weaponizing content from that space, Jungle Brother has violated Article 4, Section 3, no judgment, no snitching, no screenshots. Count 3, damaging community trust. Zulucast actions have caused followers of Goodio and fans of DGratest from South Central to withdraw participation, citing discomfort, distrust, and concern over having their words used against them. This has created a chilling effect and undermined. That's all I could get on there. The great got long-winded with the charges, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to forward this charge to day court, and we will address it on Tuesday. We will address it on Tuesday. Okay. So let me explain something to y'all. Okay. What y'all say in these chat rooms can and will be held against you because this is a public platform. Okay. Now, I will give you the courtesy. I might call you and see if I can get your permission to use it. Okay. I will try to get your permission before I do a Judge Jungle show with it. But technically, legally, I'm not binding to because this is a public platform. This is a public platform. There's not a private show. But we will address that on Tuesday. And we also got the Blues Club on the docket for Tuesday as well. Some owners saying the Blues Club was taken from Deacon Dale and 334 Bama, on an illegal manner. So we're going to address that Tuesday on day court, but just night court. We'll move to the other let's move to the other charges. Okay. So we got the first one out the way. Next up, and this right here is serious to me right here. This right here is egregious. Okay. The court versus Thatninja, the court being me, Judge Jungle, versus Thatninja of the Underground Railroad show, and he's an original Real Cast Ranger. Even when we had the separation, when another network broke off from Real Cast, Thatninja stayed Real Cast. He didn't take no NIL money and go somewhere else. He stayed with Recast. He stayed with Real Cast, still a Real Cast Ranger. Charges: inflammatory remarks regarding his annual show on religion, quoting known antagonist, Happy Dude from Tampa, who is banned from 3 separate networks. I tuned into his show, his annual show against religion recap, and he cited that the reason why he did a recap show is because his show, the annual show on religion, got nominated for the show we wanted to get rid of the most. And so that inspired him to do a recap show. And he made some inflammatory remarks. The inflammatory remarks regarding the Andy show, he said, out of all the shows he's gonna do, he's gonna do the Andy show. He's gonna do the Andy show, not the Ninjaversary, not the size tournaments, not the dessert tournaments. Andrew conversation about religion. Excuse me, Daniel. Thank you for correcting me, sir. All those great shows he had, Ninja Theater, show that was nominated for the show we missed the most. He said out of all his shows, he'd rather have the annual show, annual conversation about religion. That right there, that's like a Rico predicate in my mind. And then not only that, he gonna double down and start. He did a good job. He quoted some testimony from Reverend Raider, also known as Raider for Life. He is an ordained minister. He quoted from him. I ain't had no problem with that. But he's gonna quote Happy Dude from Tampa. Insert laugh track. The same Happy Dude that's a terrorist in the Springer community. He's a known terrorist. Blown up networks, undermined networks, and that Ninja quoted him. So before I rule on that Ninja, don't give him his day in court. His lawyer want to speak on his behalf. So let me pull up his lawyer statement. Hopefully y'all can hear it. Hopefully y'all can hear it. This was done at the last minute. Give me a thumbs up when I started. If you can hear it. If you cannot hear it, that Ninja's lawyer, give me a thumbs down. Here we go. Let me turn it up first. Give me a second. I might start it over. Give me a second.
We intend to not only prove, but...
All right, I'm going to start it over.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Todd Masterson for the defense of that Ninja, representing the law firm of Masterson, White, and Wright. We intend to not only prove, but show that the prosecution maliciously went after that Ninja with frivolous charges when he was simply expressing his First Amendment rights. Should a man be taken to task for wanting to have a conversation? Should a man be held in a court of law because he has opinions? I know everyone here has opinions. How would you like it if you were in my client's seat? I will show that there is no basis for these charges, and afterwards we will be countersuing. I thank you for your time, and during the course of the trial, we will prove our case. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and thank you, Judge Jungle.
Seeing that Ninja has taken up counsel, I can't rule on this because I gotta wait for discovery. He said he got proof that what he's doing is legal. So I'm gonna forward that Ninja's case to day court. And I'm gonna try to schedule it for this Tuesday coming up, or the next time I'll be able to have a day court thing. So I'm not gonna rule on that Ninja's thing. I'm gonna go ahead and issue a continuance, and I'm gonna forward it to the day court. All right. So let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is Boss Lewis. Number 3 is Boss Lewis. Now, let me tell you about Boss Lewis. The court versus DJ Boss Lewis. WBRP Network, right? You can find them on You can find DJ Boss Lewis on Kick. You can find DJ Boss Lewis on Miss Cloud, Twitch, and TikTok. Okay. Queen Thomas of Queen Boss, she's saying he's guilty already. Now these charges are egregious. This could be borderline RICO charges. Okay, this could be borderline RICO charges. Because what he's doing is setting a bad precedent. Okay, here are the charges: public intoxication in a virtual setting, meaning he has this. Now help me out with this. Hold on for a second. Then it says, sir, you cannot probably bring forth these charges when you have not actually been present during the show. I've got enough evidence, sir. He has this game he played on TikTok. It's called American Trucker. American Trucker. Believe me, help me out with the title. Queen Boss, help me out with the title. And where you go on TikTok and you can watch him as he pick up his load and do a whole bunch of trucker duties. He has over 30 years experience. He's playing it right now. So Queen Boss is gonna be his proxy. He's gonna listen to him so he get his habeas corpus. American Truck Simulator. Thank you. Okay, and while he's playing this American Truck Simulator, he's sipping a necktie. Insert laugh track. He is partaking with the necktie. And every time somebody comment on it, they'll say insert laugh track. And he's like, no, we are not doing no laugh track. So he's violating the insert laugh track amendment, as a freedom of speech. He is stifled the laugh track. You cannot say anything against him regarding his drinking, and he's also charged with using a Velcro strap to hold his drink while he's streaming, meaning the drink never leaves his hand. Insert laugh track. Never leaves his hand. He got a Velcro strap. It's just setting a bad precedent. We're watching the game. He's supposed to pick up a trailer and deliver it to the airport and put it in a position where he's drinking so much you can't put the trailer where the trailer going. And we sitting there getting frustrated, watching him. And he's drinking so much nectar, he can't put it in the right spot. And we get frustrated. So when we try to say something, it ain't silence. There'll be no insert laugh tracks here. Crown Host said, boys are not guilty. It's hard and a lot of pressure driving a truck. Yeah, it's hard driving the truck, but then it's also hard, when you drinking on that all you gotta do is take a sip here, take a sip there. But no, with that Velcro strap, then you So we're not gonna play around with Boss Lewis. The penalties requested community service, make him doing a show regarding his vinyl collection, not wearing Cowboys gear while doing the American Truck Simulator. So our eyes won't get hurt. We're gonna go ahead and find Boss Lewis guilty. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna find Boss Lewis guilty because he's drinking and driving the virtual simulator. That's setting all bad precedents. Poetic Senses, if you didn't like it, why you stay watching him? That's a great question, Poe, because we are all we got. We are all we got. Our job, our mission statement is to support each other. So when one of us go live, we gotta sit there and support him. You know, I do a podcast show. I do a show on us, on the Spree community. I don't do top 5 quarterbacks. I don't do top 5 running backs. I do top 50 Spreaker community personnel. Okay? How am I going to do a show about Boss Lewis if I don't watch Boss Lewis? And I got to watch him with that Cowboys gear? I got to watch him with the Velcro strap? I got to watch the Velcro strap? Queen said he hasn't gotten a DWI, Your Honor. You know what I'm saying? But I'm finding him guilty. And when we come back, we're going to, who's next up? King Royal. I'm going to take us a quick break while I update the bottom line. And we're going to come back and I'm going to take care of King Royal because he said some salacious stuff when I had my JB Awards regarding my R&B battle with Poetic Sins. And what King Roy done is borderline RICO. That's borderline RICO predicate. You know what he's done, spreading misinformation. So I'm gonna take a quick break so I can update this bottom line y'all looking at and put the results next to the first few dockets. So give me a second and I'll be right back. All right, we are back. We are back. And we are back live. As you can see, I ruled on DJ the Boss Lewis. He's been hit with community service, and the details of that community service will be served later. He has the right to appeal his conviction, and the appeals will be held on day court. So right now he's been found guilty of intoxication in a virtual setting using Velcro paraphernalia to increase his intoxicity with a little Velcro strap. Yeah, so let's move on to something more egregious, something more damaging in our community. And, you know, in the Black community, we can't get nowhere if misinformation is spread. Okay? Now I want y'all to look at that before I read it and let it sink into your membrane what misinformation can do. Misinformation can grow. It can fester. And you go ahead and object all you want, Paul. You can object all you want. You wasn't objecting when he was in my chat room the other day signifying. Hey, I want to welcome everybody in the chat. I see you in there. I'm going to do the intros on the way out. You wasn't telling him to fall back. You were the greatest. Wasn't telling him to fall back when he was signifying. I mean, spreading misinformation. And I'm going to get into the details of it. When I did my JB Awards, King Royal was in the chat room. And he was talking about, I made something in passing, talking about R&B battle. I think Mocha said something about, I had a top 10 list on who the Cupcakes was. And I made reference to the Cupcake list. And I was saying something about the greatest of rookie. And King Roy was like, you got beat 11-1. I'm like, where that come from? Since when I got beat? Since when I got beat 11-1? When I got beat 11-1? That's misinformation right there. He said he heard that I got beat in the R&B battle against Poetic. I got beat 11-1. Who told you? Who told you? Who told you I got beat 11-1? Because whoever told you I got beat 11-1, that's charges right there on them. That's charges right there on them. Everybody, y'all feel his gift in about what I'm talking about. I can't bog this show down, catching everybody up, you know. I laid it down the R&B battle. Big L had me winning 9-2. Damn, I forgot to send Big L the alert. Damn. Anybody got Big L number? Text him on. Big L had me winning 9-2. King Roy didn't put that in the chat, did he? King Roy didn't put that in the chat. I won 9-2. King Roy, he didn't say nothing about Pam having me winning 10-1. King Roy ain't say nothing about he heard Joy saying I won 10-1. You know what I'm saying? Where was that at, King Royal? So that's been misinformation. Nobody told him I got beat 10-1. He wanted to put it on there on his own. You know, out of all the R&B battles we had, nobody to this day talking about somebody got beat bad. Nobody. So that's a lie right there, King Roy. And our whole lie, that's Rico. That's Rico. So what charges I'm looking for? Am I looking for a public apology? Remind his listeners about Jungle's Big Time playlist. Hey, that's a good point right there. My Big Time playlist. Poet said lies. Disbarment of the judge for falsification information. I have bangers on there. Y'all want to run the gauntlet? I had Anita Baker. Go ahead and insert that track. I had R. Kelly. Go ahead and insert that track. I had Al Green. Go ahead and insert that track. I laid it down. Now, with all those greats, how I lose 10-1? You know what I'm saying? That's the information. Oh, book at King Roy. I'm gonna throw the book at King Roy. That's worse. That's worse than any other charge I got on here. That's the worst charge ever come in my courtroom. That's the worst charge ever to come in my courtroom. So what I'm gonna do to King Roy? How will I make King Roy pay for that? How will I make him pay? I'm gonna throw the book at King. I gotta make an example out of King Roy. Because you can't have no misinformation spread in our community. Look at the mega people. Look at the orange dude and his followers. Look at all the misinformation being spread around there. You know, I have bangers. I can see if King Royal said, "Yeah, Jungle, I heard you got beat 65." Even that ninja had me beat. That ninja said I lost 8-3. That right there, if King Royal came in there and said I lost 8-3, hey, that'd have been I would have took that. I would have took that. If King Royal, if you went with that ninja and said I lost 8-3, I could live with that. But 11-1, I'm throwing the book at King Roy. King Roy, look at me. I'm about to throw the book at you. King Royal is banned from winning any DJ awards. King Roy is banned from winning any DJ awards for the next 90 days. King Roy is also banned from winning any inspirational shows for the next 30 days. And King Roy is banned from winning any gospel-related, inspirational, slamming, big-time show, music show for the next 2 weeks. That's my ruling. Now, King Roy, you can appeal all you want. Poet said, that nigga said, I don't know if it was 8-3, but you did lose on my call. I can take that. I mean, if that ninja said if that ninja says Poet said beat me barely, I could take that. You know, Poet said that King Roy already got an award, 10 years of DJing. That is an honor in itself. I insert soul claps. Insert soul claps for King Royal. I'm not disparaging his past, but going forward, I got to look at King Roy. Because King Roy only told half the story. He said I lost 10-1. He could have said that ninja had me 8-3. He could have said Big L had me winning 9-2. You know, what is it? 11-1 or 8-3? It's 9-2. That's the real number, 9-2 according to Big L. You got the AP poll, you got the UPS poll, you got the coaches poll, and you got Big L poll. You know what I'm saying? You got Big L poll. and Big L had Big L had me with 92. Okay, everybody, we'll be on 45 minutes in. I'm gonna take us another break and update the bottom line right there on the bottom. And when we come back, we're gonna come back for the main event. The main event of someone getting bewildered, someone getting ran amok, someone getting violated with an illegal cavity search. You know what I'm saying? Egregious charges. Someone getting force-fed nectar. You know what I'm saying? To where they don't. You know, next one gonna be somebody getting hog-tied and penetrated. You know. So everybody, go get your drink, top your drink off. You know what I'm saying? Cause no, I did not say 8-3. I said that Ninja had me losing 8-3, King Roy, but Big L had me winning 9-2. Sir, I wish I could highlight y'all chat, man. We got a lot of stuff to do, and it's late. I could do all this during the day, but at night, I know y'all don't want to be here no past no 11 o'clock. So let me take a break, update this bottom line, okay? Let me update this bottom line, and I'll be back with Chief Rocker, with Chief Rocker charges, and I'm gonna open the panel for, if I got any of the details wrong, I'm gonna open the panel for Chief Rocker to come on here and set it straight. And depending on what Chief Rocker says, I might give that police officer a chance to offer a rebuttal. But if Chief is so convincing, I'm gonna go ahead and rule on it and then just go ahead and railroad the police officer. You know, I'm gonna open the panel for Chief. You know, if time permitting, I might open the panel for everybody. But once again, this night court, we're on a real fast schedule. Everybody got things to do tonight. So this is gonna be on a 2-hour limit. Right now, we at the 44-minute mark. So I want to give, I want to spend a good time on this egregious charges by said police officer. All right. Damn, I know what I forgot. Damn, I forgot to add that picture as evidence. Damn. Oh, man. I might could add it. I don't know. But everybody, I'll be right back, man. Don't go nowhere. This is the Judge Jungle Show coming to you live on YouTube. I'll be right back. I am back. I am back. And I am back live. Now, I've been creating a lot of shows since me and Chief Rocker started at Jersey Vern and Jungle. And this charges trouble me because reading the affidavit, it's like I feel like one of my own got violated. You know what I'm saying? These some serious charges. These some serious charges. And we'll just peel the onion back on these charges one by one. Let's just peel the onion back on these charges one by one. Because these some serious charges about someone getting violated. Let's go. Vernon Ricks, #1 Chief Rocker, Jersey Vern of Built for This Network versus Miami-Dade PO Mocha Bella. Charges go as follows: alleged spiking of drink. Alleged spiking of drink. Alleged hog time. Alleged finger exploration. Alleged golden shower. Alleged golden shower. Reason why I'm saying alleged because Chief Rocker said he don't remember none of this. So I asked the Mocha Bella. I said, Mocha Bella, be quiet, PNP, poetic sense. I tried to get my AI to spell it right, but it wouldn't. I got a whole bunch of stuff in here. They couldn't spell it right. I asked Mocha Bella, because Mocha Bella said, and I quote, I got evidence. She said, Chief did not know where he was at. He didn't even know his own name. So I asked her, Mocha Bella, did you spike his drink? She said, maybe. She said, maybe. So then I also asked her, this is a disposition now. I did a disposition the other night on DGratest show on Miss Cloud. Yes, alleged finger exploration. Listen to me, that ninja. I gave Mocha Bella a 10-question disposition the other night in the chat room. I said, did you spike his drink? She was like, maybe. No, it's too late, Mocha. I already got you. Mocha Bella, I already got you on record, Mocha. You can't plead the fifth after you already gave me testimony. I read you your Miranda rights, Mocha Bella. You cannot plead the fifth. You already gave a testimony. I got proof. That's you, Buttercup. You okay? You okay? So, Mo, you can't plead the fifth, Mocha. I got you dead to rights. You already gave testimony. I said, Mocha, did you tie Chief up? She answered, maybe. Poet said Chief was not fully present during that show, which is why he lacked response until alerted of the discussion. You know, I said, Mocha, did you tie Chief up? She was like, maybe. So since I got probable cause, I'm like, Mocha. Mocha put in the chat a whole bunch of tongue explorations. Like she did a whole bunch of tongue emojis. She did a whole bunch of tongue emojis. I said, Mocha Bella, did you use that tongue? I said, Mocha Bella, did you use that tongue at She refused to answer. She refused to answer whether she put that tongue in the North Pole or the South Pole. So usually when people don't answer, that's an admission. When somebody don't answer, that's an admission. And last but not least, she said she gave Chief a golden shower. You know, Janet Jackson had Rhythm Nation. Mocha Bella had Urination. you know how Janet Jackson had 1812. You know, Mocha Bella had 6'9". You know what I'm saying? She down there in Chief Southern region. Chief said he had no. Chief said he don't remember none of that. So saying how Chief don't remember none of that, is Mocha lying? Or is Mocha telling the truth? Is Mocha lying? And none of this happened? Or Mocha Bella telling the truth? But Chief wasn't with us. Chief was Rockabye Baby. You know, Chief was Rockabye Baby. Insert laugh track. I'm going to open the floor for Chief to come on here and spread his case. If Chief is believable, I'm going to ask Chief some tough questions. Now, you know, Chief going to try to come on here and take over the show, you know what I'm saying, give us a long-winded disposition. I'm going to let him ride until a certain point. If you start dinging on the track, I won't stay him back. But these questions must be answered. Chief, did this happen? Or Chief, did she put you to sleep? Did she put you to sleep, Chief? So I'm gonna put the thing in here for Chief. I'm gonna put it in the panel. I'm gonna put the panel link up. And I'm gonna post it in the chat. And I'm gonna wait on Chief. Now, Chief could say, you know, Jungle, I don't want no part of this. You know, so then I'll probably open up the Mocha. Give Mocha a chance to come on here. If Mocha refuses to come on here, then I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna throw a whole lot of butter on it, and then I'm gonna make my ruling. So it's a chance for you, Chief. Come on here and state your case. You know, it's a chance for Chief. Come on here and state his case. You know, here you go, Chief. I put it up. Everybody, if Chief not in the chat room, or you could do a screenshot that, and you could type in the Chief and send him a text message. You know, she was there. We are here tonight, folks, because she pressed charges. We are here tonight because she pressed charges. This is Chief disposition. Chief pressed charges on Mocha. This is not me. This Chief. This is not me. This Chief. So let's wait on Chief, man. Let's read some chat. She wasn't on that page. Jungle was. I don't know what Poe is talking about. She was in that chat room. Mocha Bello was in that chat room. Chinye from London was in that chat room. Mocha, I didn't get a chance to upload it, Mocha. I forgot. I forgot to upload it, Mocha. I apologize. If we gotta do a continuous, I will have it for the next show. I don't know what Crown Holders talking about. I was in the chat. Poe was in the chat. A-Trap was in the chat. His gift was in the chat. You know, Mocha, I didn't get a chance to upload it. Hey, Chief, the it's in the chat, Chief. Hit the link in the chat. Oh, here we go.
Goddamn, you don't know how to run your own goddamn shit, man. Fuck, ain't nobody got all night for this shit, man. What the fuck going on?
Everybody, you got Chief Rock. What's going on, Chief?
Ain't shit, man. All I'm hearing is a lot of allegations. I don't see no proof. Where was this shit held at? You know what I'm saying? Where everything at, man? Everything you saying is alleged. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pressing charges because my name was smeared in the motherfucking chat room the other night. You know what I'm saying? So
how was it smeared?
How was it smeared? Golden showers and all this shit you making up today. Listen, I made my lawyers in the chat room. I may press charges against you in your court for bringing some old what they call is organic shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Is this real night court or is this that TV shit?
It's night court, Chief. This is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Chin Roundtree used to call me, you know what I'm saying?
What
Jungle Mathis. He called me Jungle Mathis.
Okay.
He called me Jungle Mathis. Okay, Chief. You saying this awful Gazy. Let's peel back the onion, Chief.
Yeah, peel it back.
Okay, we'll start with question number one. I said, Mocha, did you spike Chief drink? Because Mocha said by the time nighttime came, you ain't know where your name at. So did you pass out?
First and foremost, did Mocha have a drink?
I wasn't there, Chief.
No, I'm asking the question. You're supposed to be the judge. You supposed to know all this shit.
Come on here, Chief. I asked Mocha when she come on here.
First and foremost, Mocha don't even drink. So how would she be spiking my drink?
Chief, you got all you gotta do is pick up a Mickey and throw it in your drink while you in the bathroom taking this shit.
That's one thing about it, right? I was only drinking beer if I was there. I wasn't drinking nothing else. I was only if I was there. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, we got to find out where the place was at. Where was the place?
At your place. You spent the night at your house, Chief.
So this all supposed to happen at my place, huh? Okay, we're gonna peel the onion back, right? Now, if I come on here and talk about how people be in my ride, my Lyft ride, smelling pissy, shitty, and all that, why would I have somebody piss on me? You know, maybe I think what maybe happened is, you know, people was putting shit in food. So maybe Mocha had some edibles and she grabbed 2 pillows and thought it was me and pissed on both of them, because my pillows was wet the next day. I went in there to, you know, check my bed now. You know, my pillows was wet. You know, I slept on the couch. Me and Blue Cheese, I had 2 couches. He slept on one couch and I slept on the other couch.
So my real Scott.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's my proof that I ain't had no shower. I ain't had no finger. What else you accused of? Hog tied? Who the fuck does that?
Okay, Chief. You get the head.
Who the fuck hog ties a motherfucker?
Let me get to it, Chief. That's that
SMS shit.
Let me get to it, Chief. You go too far ahead of me now. Hold up.
Okay.
Did you go to sleep before or after Mocha?
After.
So you was up and Mocha was asleep before you went to sleep.
Yeah.
So Mocha said all this took place after you got drunk with the nectar and you didn't know where you was at.
Oh, okay. Okay. I rarely get like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I got a lawyer in the chat room, and
she said, Chief, you drinking that Hennessy. And she said you drank too much Hennessy and you passed out. That's when things begun, Chief. She said you saying all of this because you were passed out. You don't remember none of this because you had too much to drink. That's her defense.
First and foremost, right? If you're a person that don't drink, right, and you got 2 men in there drinking, watching the game, you ain't gonna sit in there and drink with them. I mean, you know, sit in there with them and they drink it. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. And then number two, that ninja seen me plenty of times. He came through Atlanta and he seen me drinking. That ninja ain't never seen nobody have to carry me out, or I couldn't make it in my car nowhere. So, I mean, I should be a man that know how to handle my liquor. You know what I'm saying?
That ninja never spent a night with you, Chief.
But hold up. But you said my drink was spiked. So when did my drink get spiked?
When you passed out. Before you passed out. You know, that's what we talking. That's why we here, Chief. She spiked your drink. You don't remember none of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, me and my lawyer gonna, you know, file a continuation on this shit, man, because you ain't got no evidence.
I do got evidence, Chief. Mocha Bella said you flown her into the A.
Where's that?
You flown her into the A. There's a picture of you and Mocha. There's a picture of you and Mocha at the airport, and she got a big old hug on you, and her left hand is missing. Behind you, her left hand is missing.
Oh yeah,
like she got her hand on your ass.
So where do all the rest of that come in at? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, here's the story, Chief. Let me be Columbo on this. Here's what happened, Chief. Okay, Mocha had phone conversation. You and Mocha had phone conversation. She said, "Chief, I'm coming to the A for TDSS. Can you fly me in?" And Mocha, you phoned Mocha in. You went to the airport, Chief.
Well, hold up. Time out. How I flew her in when I can't even fly out nowhere.
Chief, you at the airport picked her up. Usually when you fly somebody in, you go to the airport pick them up.
Oh, well, I pick up people every day from the airport. Huh? You ain't got no for that one, do you?
I got pictures. You picked Mocha up. I got a picture. I just didn't get a chance to upload it.
Did you see Rail? Did you see Blue Cheese too?
No, I ain't see Blue Cheese.
Because he took the picture.
Okay. But Chief,
okay.
okay, Chief, okay, Real Scott took the picture, right? But in the picture, Chief, it looked like you got a tight look on your face, like she was squinching your ass. Her hand was behind you, Chief.
Oh yeah.
Was she putting your ass? Pause.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that means the picture had her backside, and
No, it had both of y'all was at full frontal. You were wearing some Adidas. You wearing Adidas shoes. You had your New York Times hat on. I can't believe I done upload that picture. I can't believe I upload that.
How you get the picture? How you get the picture?
Hey, this is what we do, Chief. I got private investigators. This is what we do.
Okay. Okay. Well,
now I could try to get that picture now, but the show might drop.
Yeah.
Big on us at Judge Jungle. Ask them what does GD stand
what
for.
They usually say when the judge and administration don't have their shit together, then it's a mistrial. Or
no, because I could bring Mocha on here. To set the record straight.
I mean, hold up. Is Mocha a prayer book?
Mocha Bella can come on here and say, Chief flown me in, and she can tell a real story, Chief.
Yeah,
since I don't got the picture, Mocha Bella come on here. Set the record straight.
My lawyer will eat your court up because it's a bunch of he say. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can do what you want to do, but at the same time, I don't remember none of that being done to me. You know what I'm saying? And I would smell or feel some piss on me. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, so we'll run down the gauntlet, Chief. Well, let me put
run it down.
Let me put it up on the screen again, and you want to tell me what's true and what's false. Okay, you see it on the screen, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 of them motherfuckers is false.
So you saying you were drinking beer? You weren't drinking Hennessy?
Nah, I was drinking beer.
And so when you woke up that day, Chief, you said the couch was wet. Did you or did you not say the couch was wet?
Wait, hold on. When I woke up, when?
That day after Mocha spent the night with you, when you woke up, did you or did you not say the couch was wet?
No, I ain't never said no shit like that. And
Chief,
then,
I can rewind.
Hold up. If everybody went to sleep, that was night. So you mean that next morning?
Yeah. You said you woke up and the couch was kind of wet.
You just automatically falsified some wrong shit.
I'm asking you, Chief.
I mean, you asking me, you should know all that. I mean, you supposed to have all type of proof saying this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bailiff, put on a record that Chief is turning into a hostile witness. Put it on record, Chief is starting to become hostile. Chief, so
hostile.
Yes, I mean you being you're not cooperating.
Okay.
Chief.
Well, why you
when you woke up the next day, what was it? What, did you say was the couch wet or not?
No, I ain't say nothing like that.
Okay, I can find the tape. I can play a YouTube short.
First and foremost, if all this occurred and the person that filing charges again asked them what type of couch I had.
So, Chief, we already know, Chief, Mocha spent the night at your house. She already been there.
But ask that question.
When I get on here, I'll ask that, Chief. But let's go with the finger exploration. When you woke up, did you feel any type of sensation at your south pole?
Nah, I ain't feel nothing. I ain't feel nothing. And the thing about it, I take a shower every morning. If I had felt something, I would have felt it. You know.
Gee, when you went to the bathroom the next morning, did you feel any weird type of sensation?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay, so all these allegations are false.
Yeah, man. To my best knowledge.
To your knowledge. Okay, so that's not a strong no. That's not a strong no. You say From
Well,
what you can remember.
I put it to you like this: the shit ain't happened. If you trying to make it happen, then you better get a lot of shit to prove that. All right.
Chief, I'm gonna bring PCNs on the stand, and I might have to put you backstage because I might have
Why you gotta put me backstage?
Because I can only have one at a time. Something go wrong with my system.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm gonna try it. If there's no problem.
No, go ahead.
Stay where you at. Stay where you at. Pete, hey, Poet, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, Chief, can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, everybody, hey, give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me in the chat. If not, then we leave them more here. Okay, what's going on, Poe? You want to speak in your Chief?
Hey. Yeah, so my client want me to pull up, so I pulled up. So stop hitting stuff. Sorry. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Number one, the pictures you're talking about in reference does allegations and kind of stretching, because if you had noticed from the person's profile on Facebook, you would have noticed that she had pictures with other people. So for you to sit there and stop it, out. Um, so for you to sit there and accuse my client that he was doing things or has certain things done to him because of alleged picture, that's reaching, and that should be dismissed from court. Also, the hog tying, like I said, that was never mentioned in that doing that Miss Cloud show, because I was there present. I was looking at the chat, even though I was working, doing some stuff for work. But I was looking at chat too. Hog time was never mentioned, so that's dismissed. And all these were alleged allegations. And he has said multiple times that this was spoken of by the other person. And there was no visual evidence. I didn't see anything up there other than the list of charges that were all alleged, which means that it's a reaching, it's hearsay. Hearsay is to the court. So you can't go based on hearsay and think that's going to rule out in a court of law. So that should be automatic dismissal of any charges against my client. And also, he can also counter sue for defamation of character.
Here's why hog tying is admissible.
I'm waiting.
I asked Mocha Bella. I said, Mocha Bella, did you or did you not tie Chief up? And she put in the chat room, maybe.
Maybe it's not saying yes. You can't
That's
go
good enough
based
for
on
my court.
maybe. That could be
That's
maybe
good enough
no.
for my court. It wasn't no.
But it wasn't a yes either. So just like you, let's piggyback for King Royal when you said, "Oh, you could have had a score of 8-3," and that was a maybe. Maybe he's not saying yes. Maybe he's not saying no. Am I correct?
Yeah, but maybe it's good enough for my court.
Exactly. No, no. You said yeah. That's I don't need to hear nothing else after that. You said yeah.
Hey, crowd holder,
For
damn
you
you,
too.
crowd holder.
We go one for you
Damn
too.
crowd
You
holder
said
talking about
maybe.
I'm looking like DTD Jakes. Damn you, crowd holder. Damn you. I'm gonna bring Mocha Bella in here. We're gonna do a sound check. If we have problems with Mocha Bella, Chief, I want to ask you a poll to step down. So we're gonna try
Okay.
to bring her in here. Hey, Mocha
Hey,
Hello,
Bella, how you
Mocha.
doing?
Mocha
Hey,
Bell
Hey.
in the building. What's up? Ho, Chief, Judge Jungle, what's up?
what's going on?
Hey.
Everybody,
What's up?
Mocha
What's
Bella,
up?
can you hear me, Mocha Bella?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Can you hear Poe and Chief?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can. Yes.
All right, we good. Mocha Bella, Chief said all this was a lie. You did not give him a golden shower. You did not fly him in. You did not have your hand on his ass in that picture you sent. You know what I'm saying? Chief said you were nowhere near him that night, and Chief said he was only drinking beer. He was not inebriated. He knew everything what went on that night. He calling you a ball fake fly, Mocha.
I ain't say
Okay,
all that now. God damn.
okay, let's
The
peel the
judge
onion
had
back.
said that shit.
Go ahead, Mocha.
Let's peel the onion back. Okay, Chief, last year, right? I told you, we spoke about it. I said, Chief, I'm coming to the A. Can I stay at your house? He said, sure. You know, Camille ain't gonna have no problem, you know. I got a bedroom for you.
Wait,
You know
hold
what I'm
up.
saying?
Time out. Who on stage
No,
there,
let it
though?
talk, Chief. Let it talk, Chief. Let
Who
it
on
talk.
stage there?
Chief, don't incriminate
I
yourself.
asked him, I said, Chief, I'm coming down to the A. I said, can I stay at your place? He said, of course, Mocha, you can. Okay. He picked me up at the airport. He drove me to his house. I went inside the house. Apartment. And I said, Chief, where I'm gonna sleep at? He said, Mocha, you're my guest. I sleep in the room. Sleeping in my room. I said, something might happen, But he said, Mocha, everything will be fine. Everything good. I'm just gonna watch some sports and I'm gonna drink and you're gonna have a good time and everything like that. I said, Chief, now knew you a long time. I said, Chief, when you drink, you'll remember nothing. So I said, so
Hey,
Chief said, okay. I said, afternoon we had a good time. Then it came to nighttime. So I said, Chief, I'm finna go to. I said, Chief, I'm finna go to bed. He said, okay. Hey, Mocha, you want me to come to bed, Chief? Now you said that, Chief. You want me to you want me to come to the bedroom too? I said, sure. So all of a sudden, I said, Chief, one thing about me, I don't drink. So, and I said, and Chief, I see that bottle of Henny you got in your kitchen. You gonna take a sip? He said, yeah, I'm gonna take a sip. I let Chief sip. All of a sudden,
Boy.
I got in the bed, and all of a sudden, I said, Chief, I got my little t-shirt on, got my little short shorts on. Chief was checking me out. I said, Chief, you like what you seeing? My breasts is all hanging out. My ass all hanging out.
oh
I said,
my.
I see you. Well, you want some of this mocha Bella, right? So all of a sudden, Chief started drinking some more. So I went to bed, started to lay down, and I said, Chief, where Camille at? Camille, room or something, he in the house or something. They said, come in his room. So I said, okay. So I said, Chief, you want to come in? You want to come in, Chief? I want to you in tonight? I said, okay, Chief, I'm good with that. So Chief got in the bed, and I said, Chief, I like my men. I get them golden shower. I said, Chief, you like golden showers? He said, he never had it. I said, okay, Chief, you want to try it? So Chief said, yeah, I'll try it. So, Chief, I usually don't do it in the bed. So I usually do it in the shower. That's why I called to go to the shower. I said, can you go in the shower? So he said, he was drunk. He had his Henny, he was feeling good. So I said, okay, Chief, let's go to the shower. So when I do my
Let
golden
me
shower,
pause you real quick.
not,
So, how many times you
not
watch the
yet.
Jersey
My
Connection?
case. I'm pleading my case. So
I
let me
want you to
finish.
know the Jersey Connection. Go ahead,
Overruled,
because I got
Paul. You
questions.
overruled. Let her talk, Paul. You overruled. Let her
All
talk.
right, I got questions.
Okay,
Let her talk first.
so let him go in the shower. I said, Chief, I like my man to lay down in the shower while I do my thing, while I pee, you know. So Chief got in the shower. I stood over him and I did my duty. So, he said, "Oh, I like that. Everything was good." So after that, he got up. We took a shower. He took a shower. He took a shower first, and
Hold up,
then
Mocha.
I said,
Hold up, Mocha.
"What?"
Mocha.
Mhm.
Mocha. When
Yeah,
you pissed on him, was it from head to toe, or you just pissed on his body? Can you give us
head
details?
to toe, head to toe, head to toe.
So it
That's
rained on.
that's
That's
how
a
I
whole lot
do
of
it.
pee. What
That's how
was you
I do it.
drinking
Head
to
to
have that
toe.
much pee in your system?
Yes,
Because
I
ain't
do,
no
baby.
way.
When I drink water, yes, I can.
All right, what was you saying, Poe? We got. What you
All right,
about
so
to say?
my question. All right, so you watched Mocha. So you watched the Jersey Connect show, correct? That comes on Tuesday night with Chief Rocket and DJ Matt Knox.
Yes, I watched the replay. Yes,
Okay, and you have heard these stories. So you know Chief Rocket is a Lyft driver, correct? Which is
yes,
well known amongst our community.
yes,
And you have heard the stories that he normally says about when he drives Lyft, correct?
yes.
So how many times have you heard him say he had people that smell like piss in his car and he can't stand the smell of piss? So why would he want somebody to piss on him if he himself do not like the smell of piss, don't like people coming in smelling like piss? So why would he himself want to smell like piss or have
Okay,
somebody
but
piss on him?
if somebody is intoxicated and don't know what's going on, the people he having his lift, they haven't been drinking or whatever. But people drinking that Henny last night, drinking the Henny, so he felt good. He probably didn't remember.
But when you wake up the next morning, you will have some recollection or remember, hey, why do I smell like piss? You will remember some things. So for him, yes, if he could have been drinking, yes, that could have happened. But at the same time, the next morning, he would have been like, oh, why am I smelling like piss? He would have some recollection and he could have said something in the chat, but he said no. He had no piss on him and he slept on the couch. And Rel was there as well on the couch
What
where he
I
slept.
said after I did my duty, he took a shower. He took a shower, so he not gonna smell like piss, right? Am I right or wrong?
That's a good
Chief, you
point
can
there,
answer.
Poe.
Oh, you asking me that? Huh?
But see, also, I like to go back to the photo that Jungle Brother keeps bringing up. I have seen this photo. So, and I know it's a photo from the airport. Look like y'all were close. But also, how many photos did you take during that whole entire session that you was in Atlanta? Because mind you, the greatest was there. You have called him multiple times. What's that strip club down in Atlanta? You have called him that multiple times. And there was
Uh,
other people you took in
Magic,
photos with.
Magic
So with
City, Magic City.
yeah, Magic
Magic
City,
City,
thank
yeah,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
so with all those photos, you can accuse any of those people at that event for having a golden shower or being close to you, based on how Jungle Brother described that. So how is a photo dismissible or stretching to the fact that Chief Rocka himself has done all these things that you claim that he was allegedly.
Like I said before, I stayed over his apartment. I didn't stay with the greatest. I didn't stay with Rail. I didn't stay with Griff. I didn't stay with
And
anybody
so
else.
you taking
He
his
invited
hospitality
me.
to another
He,
level.
he invited me to stay at his apartment. Am I right or wrong, Chief?
I thought it was my house.
Your house, apartment,
Yeah, see, now we got it now, right? Because see, Poe, they put in the Chuck said, "Oh, I thought he had an apartment. I didn't know.
apartment, house,
Was it apartment or a house? Now, which one is it now? Huh?
your
Get a
apartment,
lawyer.
your
Go ahead.
apartment.
I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't got nothing to
Before,
say.
when I came to the A, I stayed at your house, but you don't have a house anymore, so
But
now you stay
see,
in the
that's
apartment.
what a man should do. Give you hospitality. He said he slept on the couch with Real and let you have the bed. Am I correct? You
Yes,
said that yourself.
yes,
So shouldn't that isn't that what most men would do and make sure the woman has the bed or the best place to sleep while they sleep on the couch or wherever else to give you space. Correct.
correct.
Okay.
But
So
Chief, you have
did
anything
you
else
ask
to
your
say?
client? Did you ask your client? Was he? Did he take a lot of? Did he drink a lot of Henny? And he could possibly remember what happened.
A lot of who?
Hennessy.
Hennessy.
she said you was drinking that
Oh,
hen dog, Chief, and you don't
no,
remember.
man. I'm pleading like I plead. I drank beer. I ain't had no Hennessy. I had
I don't know,
Hennessy at
Chief.
the
You
house.
ain't looking too credible, Chief.
Huh?
Mocha Bella has made a convincing argument. Mocha Bella, besides the golden shower, did it go further from there? Say what?
Yes.
Did,
Chief.
did you and Chief?
I'm
Did
not.
you and Chief? Did you and Chief do something more than just urination? Anything more than that?
Well, Chief likes to go north to the North Pole and go to the South Pole. You know what I mean.
And Chief, you can retract any of those statements if you want to, because I know you. You are not getting down like that. You don't want nobody touching your butthole
Mocha
unless
Bella,
they doing a
Mocha Bella.
prostrated
Hold
stance.
Hey,
up, hold up, Bella. Let me get this straight. This is on record now. So you saying Chief let you put your tongue down his throat and his crap? Is that what you saying, Mocha?
man, man, boy,
Is that what you
y'all must
saying,
have.
Mocha?
You know
You
what?
say
Hey,
Mocha. You
Poe,
saying
this
the
sound like
North Pole and
Yes,
the
conspiracy
Pole
shit.
yes,
That
and
yes.
sounds like
the
an
South
ambush.
Pole.
And
That's
as a
the
judge,
pole.
you should be impartial. That
Yeah,
sounds like
this
an
like
ambush to
How am
me.
impartial?
That
Chief,
sounds
how
like
you
an
know?
a
ambush.
This
jet
gonna
gut
hurt
shit.
me. This gonna hurt
Attorney
me.
Paul, it is not an ambush. It is not an ambush. I'm
No,
telling the
hey,
truth.
And Jungle,
And Chief
and
know it.
Jungle,
Chief know it.
excuse me, let me talk to the judge, please. Judge,
yes,
then we
ma'am.
just had this discussion that from the people up top, you supposed to be taking sides with the people up top. So now you going down bottom to the 305 now?
Hey, Poe.
No, ain't no laughing situation. This is a serious question.
Mo, Poe, I got a duty
Yeah,
to Judge Jungle first,
it's
then
peace
Chief. So
in.
I gotta get
Okay.
the story out, man. This a
It sounds like
captivating
an
story.
ambush. It
This is
sounds like an
another
ambush because
story.
you're
It's not
not,
an ambush.
because you're
No,
not,
there's
because
not an
you're not
ambush.
taking a side. You're not taking a side or listening to anything that Chief Parker has said.
I
Yeah.
did. I
You
said Chief
going based on
wrong.
all these allegations. You and everything Chief has said does not match Mocha's story. And also,
Mm-hmm.
we can also file a continuation to get Rel Scott in here as well to get his
Yeah.
side since he was the third person
Yeah.
there.
I don't overrule you, Poe. I think Mocha is making a convincing argument. Um,
Okay.
I think Chief.
She
Um,
must have got you a Velcro strap. That's why you on her side.
Yeah.
I think Chief drunk more than beer. I think Chief drunk more than
Well,
beer.
how you gonna wait? Hold on. How you gonna think something? When
How
a
you gonna
judge
assume
ain't
that? See,
a
that's
judge ain't
assumption.
Because
supposed
of
to
Mocha
think.
testimony.
A judge
That's
Because
supposed
of
to
Mocha
have
assumptions.
testimony.
information and facts.
Mocha testimony. Mocha Bella has went on record saying Chief was drinking that Henny. And we all know
But Chief
Chief
the
drink.
one that was drinking, so how are you gonna go based on one side of the story? You already been going based on one side of the story. You're not going
I tell
based on
you what,
anything Chief has said. He's refuting pretty much what has said from his partake. Only thing you've
I
been
tell you
getting
that.
is one-sided commentary and not the other side. You're
Oh,
supposed to be
okay, Poe, here's
non-biased as
what
a
we're gonna do.
judge.
Here's what we're gonna do, Poe. Here's what we're gonna do. Everybody in the chat, if you think Mocha Bella is telling the truth, put Angel a Halo in the chat. If you think Mocha Bella is telling a lie, put a devil emoji in the chat. And we're gonna go from there. How about that, Poe? Is that fair?
You can
That
do
sound
If y'all
whatever.
think Mocha telling the
hey
truth,
You
Poe.
can do
put
That
a
whatever.
sound
Halo
like
in the
some
chat.
I just feel like you
romper.
you you
That
picking
sound
one side. You're being biased.
that sound like some
What's
romper
up,
room
Cardi? You
shit.
okay?
Hey,
Let,
Paul, I need Chief down the road later on this year when we go battle against the Cowboy and Eagle fans. I need Chief. So why would I try to railroad Chief?
Okay.
Hey, that sound like
Okay.
some romper room shit. Put a thumb up if it's okay, and put a finger down if it ain't. What type of shit is that, man?
And I don't see nobody.
Well,
I don't see
hold up,
nobody
hold up. First and
responding.
foremost,
I,
I'm in the wrong motherfucking court. I need to find me a new court to go to. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to take my charges somewhere else because this court right here is the court of
It's
railroad. You know what
biased.
I'm
It's
saying?
very, very biased and one
This sound
sided
this
and
sound
based
like
on allegations.
this sound like the Portia Williams court of the Underground Railroad. Is the railroad downstairs? Yeah, that's what this shit is.
hey,
Attorney, can I
Chief,
ask you
man.
some? Attorney Poe, can I ask you a question?
Uh-oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you say that Judge Connect show, Chief be what does Chief be talking about? He freaky, right? What does he be
Yeah, but
talking about?
that was a whole nother level that night.
Yeah,
Like
it wasn't the
that was
freaky
a
you talking
whole
about.
nother level.
It wasn't
Okay,
the freaky
so
you talking
if
about.
if he does something with a midget or he does something like so that ain't freaky?
The midget wasn't
That
mocha.
is, but
The
pissing
midget
on
wasn't
somebody is
mocha.
a whole different type of level.
Hold up. The
But
midget
that's
wasn't
what
mocha.
that's what I like
Hold
to
up,
do.
Mocha.
That's
Mocha.
my
Hey, Mocha, I want to address something. You said something about your ass, right? You
no.
said something about what you said about your
I
ass?
said what I had on. I ain't say nothing
Huh?
about my I said what I had on. I said I had on a
No.
t-shirt and some shorts.
But you said something about I grabbed your ass. If I did, I missed that motherfucker because
I
that
say
bitch
that.
fat as ass.
Judge Jungle, you heard that? You heard that, Judge Jungle?
Yeah, I
I didn't
heard it.
say anything
Yeah.
about
Hey, Chief, you out of order. Chief, you out of
Hey,
order.
hey, hey,
Hey,
hey, hey, your court is,
hey,
hey,
straight
hold
that
up.
from the record.
Your
Hey, straight
court
that
is
last comment from what Chief said out of the record.
your
I don't want
your
to do
court
it again.
your court is out of order from the judge on down. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're gonna be taking this to a higher court. You know what I'm saying? Because this court
Yeah,
right
because
here,
it's definitely a mistrial. It's a mistrial
yeah.
because even
This that
Judge
old
Jungle, he
bullshit.
has said these were allegations. He did not have evidence to present, and these are all hearsay based on one side of the story. And you've been biased towards that one side of the story and not listen to the other side defend
His
themselves.
gift saying
So,
Mocha is telling the truth. His gift saying Mocha is telling the truth. That's one vote. She
that's
said
right, my Jamaican sister. All
Mocha
right.
is making a convincing argument. Chief. What we're gonna do since I ain't bring the evidence, I'm gonna bring the next thing. We're gonna continue this. Um,
I
we're
just
gonna
told you
continue
we
we
have
this
ain't
show
evidence
continue.
too as
I
well.
just
We
told you
got
we ain't
evidence too.
continuing shit here.
We
We
got
ain't taking
evidence
this
too.
court.
You didn't
This
bring no
court got
evidence, so that's dismissible.
yeah.
Because all
That's
everything you
very
pretty much
dismissible.
say is hearsay.
Cause you can
Hey, we're gonna
AI that.
continue
You can
this
Hearsay.
AI that shit.
till next
You know what I'm
Friday
saying?
night.
Huh?
Everybody, we'll continue this till next Friday night, if possible. We're gonna continue this next Friday night. But if Mocha is telling the truth, Chief, I'm gonna get you for perjury, Chief, because you came on here and said you
Well,
was
And I'm gonna get you for this me. You gonna be deported, sir, with some baby oil.
I'm ready for the smoke. But we're gonna gather more evidence, and we're gonna add
no,
up evidence. If not, I'm gonna have to get you perjury.
no, we gonna get you for misrepresenting a court official.
Chief,
You know what I'm saying? Your
Chief,
judge, your judge,
Duly
your
elected
judge.
by who? I'm still waiting on that answer from
Now,
last year. Duly
now,
elected by who?
Chief. Mocha
I
Bella
still haven't
said
seen paperwork.
she
Paperwork.
gave you a golden shower, and not at one time, Chief, did you say, "Hey, Mocha, you lying"? Not one time you called Mocha a liar,
uh,
Right,
Chief.
right,
In
right,
uh,
Jungle,
Judge
wait,
Jungle.
Judge Jungle. How many
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
times you came to a show and you multitasking? You're not fully engaged into the chat room. How many
yeah.
times? Let me ask
I
you.
can't remember.
If it
I
wasn't
can't
for,
Exactly.
remember.
if
So
it
if
wasn't for,
so, Chief Rocker was not fully engaged in that chat room. He was busy doing other things, correct? So
What
if
about
he was doing
tonight?
other things, it means he was not engaged in the chat room. So was
What
not
about
aware of
tonight,
what was
Mocha?
going on.
oh, you didn't
Mocha
hear me
said
tonight. You didn't hear me tonight. Take the tissue roll out your goddamn ear.
you
You
ain't
heard
call
me,
her
right?
lying, Chief. And
Huh?
Mocha Bella lying on you.
I said that. I said she
He
be lying
did.
on me.
He did
I
after
said
he
that
was
two
aware.
times.
After, yeah, actually,
See.
towards the end of the conversation, he did say, like, "Wait a minute." He did say so in the chat. He did say, "Wait a minute. These are false allegations of me." During that particular show. So once
Hey,
he
Mocha
was
Bella.
aware,
All right, Mocha Bella, you said you slept in Chief room, right? Can you give us a
Yes.
description of Chief bedroom?
All I know about Chief bedroom is I was in the bed. He got a bedroom set. That's
so you
it.
don't marry no dresser, no nightstands, no lamps, no nothing.
He
Just a
got
bed.
all that, but all I remember is the bed. He had a nice, comfortable bed for me to sleep in.
Okay, so you remember nothing about the bedroom except for a bed.
Chief, is she lying, Chief?
Yeah,
Everybody bedroom got a bed. I mean, come on now.
I mean, everybody. I mean, if people ain't got a good, comfortable bed, then something wrong with them. You know, they sleep on any goddamn thing. But no, it's more to my bedroom than that. But like I said, this court hearing right here, I'm taking it to another level because your level ain't doing the job right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and your
Accusing
New
me of a
York
lot of
your
shit
New
that
York card up north card is being questioned yet again.
that's been taken.
Judge Jungle.
Yeah, that's taken.
That's been
Judge
taken.
Jungle.
So
Jungle
he
Brother
ain't
and
got
Judge Jungle, your up north card is going to be taken.
Hey, Chief. Hey, you say what you want, Chief. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
You get mad at me, but
yeah.
hey, I'm a friend of justice. You know what I'm saying? This
Uh-huh.
woman came on here,
You can't even
sat in
spell
front
it.
of you, and said she slept in your bed. She
Right.
gave you a golden shower, and then
Uh-huh.
y'all finished it off, and y'all did something more later on that night.
Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah.
not
And
one
how
time,
many times have we know Judge Jungle to be messy? So this
and
right here is a show proof case of the judge being messy
no,
and
people
not
stop
trying to
what
get
you're doing.
factual evidence
Stop
because
that,
you
Poe.
being biased. You
Okay,
being
stop that,
biased.
Poe. Before this show, I
See, how
called
many
the
Velcro
plaintiff
straps did you get to
and
be on Mocha 5?
I called the plaintiff and I called the defendant. I said, "Is there anything you do not want me to ask you?" They're like, "Nah, Jungle, you can ask me anything." So you can't say I got ambushed because I said, "Hey, tell me now, which I do not want me to ask y'all."
And how many
Dollar said in
Velcro
the chat
straps
room.
did you get out this
He
deal?
said,
You
"So
got
the
some
chief did
Velcro
clap."
straps.
Hey,
Well,
Dollar and Sense in the chat room. He asking you a direct question. Did you clap those cheeks?
no, Dollars. I got too much pride. You know what I'm saying? Why, you want to clap him? She right here in the chat.
Hey, Poe, here's what I think, Poe. But we're gonna continue this. I think your client had relations with Mogul. He just don't remember it. But
Okay. But we're
You
still
know
we're gonna
going
what?
come
based on
back.
the allegations. We didn't go into this information. Y'all went based on him being peed on and stuff like that. They have relations, hey, they grown, shit, they adults. But at the
Okay,
same
well,
time, we
we're gonna
focus
come back
on those
Friday.
allegations.
We're gonna
I
come
heard
back with
somebody.
some receipts.
I heard somebody I seen somebody in the chat earlier said, "Whatever happened." Oh, TC. Whatever happens at a place, stay at a place. Not saying it happened at my place, but for a judge to come on here, right, and seen something in the chat room the other night, and he want to make a case out of this motherfucking shit, shows me that his court
He
is
messy.
totally bootleggage. You know what I'm saying?
He messy.
So
He
take your
nasty.
Tootsie Roll ears and your bootleg ass court, and you go right straight to motherfucking hell. But you know what? Chief Rocket got things to do right about now. All right. Assalamu
Chief,
alaikum. I'll
Chief,
talk to
Chief, what
y'all
you
later.
drinking tonight? What you drinking tonight? Oh,
He got
you see?
And he gone.
Oh, you see your
And
client?
he
You see your
gone.
client? You see your
And
client,
he
Paul? You
gone.
see how fast he got out the Okay.
yeah, he said, I'm done.
And
You
Chief
see
is
your
gone,
client.
man. Chief is gone. Chief has dropped the mic. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody, tune in next Friday, man. We're gonna have more receipts, and we're gonna come to the conclusion of this. Mocha
And the
Bella saying
judge gonna be deported.
saying one thing, Chief saying the other, and it looked like Mocha Bella telling the truth, man. I don't care. It looked like Mocha Bella is telling the truth, And Chief, right now, you guilty, Chief, but you got to prove yourself innocent, Chief. I believe y'all did everything Mocha said. I believe you drinking that hen dog. You know what I'm saying? I believe you invited Mocha Bella into your bedroom. I believe that. And I believe Mocha Bella took you in that shower and drenched you.
Look, how y'all pull me out of retirement for a piss case? I'm like, I can't believe this. Pulling me out of retirement for a pee case.
All right, well, everybody, just go wrap up the show, man.
I love y'all.
I got one thing, Jungle. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
If you want to follow me, follow my OnlyFans page. I'm Mocha Bella, the bad girl, on OnlyFans. Thank you.
There you go. There you
Peace,
go.
one love.
Hey, everybody. Love everybody, man. Y'all have a good night, man. And until next time, man, we're gonna get to the bottom of this with some more receipts, man. One love.